5. This video was recorded in Bristol and shows a man approach and knock on Kathleen Frascarelli's door. This alone isn't particularly disturbing, but the fact that it was late on a Sunday night and that the image she saw on her phone was of a masked person on the other side of the door, watching the video footage on the other side of the door, is enough to cause someone to halt. The homeowner, Kathleen, saw that the person wearing the mask initially attempted to open the door, but was fortunate that it was closed and locked. She described the mask as having a horrible smile that never faded and is still fresh in her memory. If everything else about this didn't already scream that he had something nefarious planned, the fact that they wiped away their fingerprints on the doorknob that they tried to open when they first walked up to the house says that they were up to no good. The person knocks and then stands at the door for 15 seconds after that. The camera captures them pulling their sleeve over their hand, then wiping the handle clean. Kathleen stated that he had something heavy in his sweatshirt pocket, but she didn't know what it was. A neighbor who saw the person leaving said that he had a bag that he was carrying with him, so God knows what could have happened. A film like this is probably the scariest, since no one knows what would have happened if the doors had been unlocked. By the time Kathleen made it downstairs, whoever was outside had already driven off in a car parked across the street. 4. This video was recorded by a homeowner after just entering her residence in a suburban Illinois community.
Como pra fora. Oh, don't move. Don't scare, don't. Okay.
The woman in the video didn't know, due to her lack of awareness, that she was being observed. She was being observed from afar by two people anticipating her front door opening. As she enters her home, the two attackers seize the opportunity to invade the home while the door is still open to the residents. The woman is shocked by the noise and yells. One of the two unpleasant guests behind her said, "Do not yell or move." The remaining conversation between he and the woman, however, is inaudible. According to her, he made a demand to the woman in the video for her car keys. Having given him her car keys, which can be seen later in one of the teenager's hands, the two depart in the direction of her automobile. Thankfully, there was no damage to the woman. One of the two adolescent attackers was discovered and detained, and his name was Brendan McCrew. The other aggressor has not yet been identified. This video can be recognized as a top case in point of why you should be observant of your environment before heading to your front door. 3. Reddit user T-Course uploaded this one. There is less information about this one. It occurred late one night in a little suburb. It was a stormy night, and this ring went beyond calling hours. At the moment, the homeowner wasn't at home. And the following day, saw the notification, and that's when they came across this video footage. A middle-aged woman emerges from the shadows while holding an umbrella with her mouth remaining open. She remains still for perhaps 20 seconds, after continuously ringing the bell with her mouth hanging strangely wide open, other than closing it for a couple of seconds. This proves that her jaw was not locked or trapped in this dangling open position. She tries the doorbell one last time before leaving and vanishing into the night seconds later. The homeowner claimed not to have recognized this woman. Some people might think it was a condition of some sort, and that's why she had kept her mouth like that. Whether it was, or if the woman was in pain, was unknown. What it would not explain is why she rang the doorbell of a stranger in the wee hours of the morning, possibly another experience that was lucky for the homeowner to avoid. 2. Viewer Trent Leons submitted this one, and at the time it was filmed, he and his family had just relocated to his grandparents' home. The house is out in the country, so naturally, the family had their guard down. Nevertheless, one morning, at 1 a.m, most of the family members were asleep. Upon receiving a notification from the ring, Trent noticed that movement could be seen at the entrance. A movement notification wasn't abnormal, as the family's outdoor cats were fairly active at night, so it did not initially raise concern. Yet, there was an unquestionable cause for concern when it said that a visitor is at your front door.
Help.
When the front door opened, one of the family members reached for a revolver and began to raise his voice, asking who was there. The man raised his hands and began requesting assistance. He asked for a phone to make a call. He received a cell phone from the family, and with it, he made a call but was unsuccessful in reaching anyone. He then began to leave by walking. While the man was strolling along the street, 2 of the family members later opted to board their truck and search for the man. They figured out his route and discovered him strolling through the street and observing other homes, like he was moving to a different residence nearby. The nearest house, which was about a half-mile distant from theirs, the 2 family members made the decision that they wanted him to stay away from their home and any surrounding homes. So, they told him that if he would climb into the truck's bed, they would transport him to the city. They arrived in town a short time later and left him there. He raised his hands throughout the entire time and remained focused on the 2 family members. When they arrived, he moved away from the truck as he did so. It was conceivable to presume that the man was sincerely in need of assistance. If it weren't for a fact, he may have been attempting to maliciously gain entry into their homes of sympathetic or unsuspecting people. But it's unknown if that's the case, or if he was ever successful. Number 1. July 2021 is when this alarming video taken of a couple's ring footage that internet users discovered. In the video, a man with tattoos and a lengthy gray beard and a plastic bag is seen appeared that he was talking to himself. The couple's home's front door was then approached by him. The man in the video appears to have seen the unidentified wife via the front window of the kitchen. Prior, when he approached, the front is where he continually began saying, "Are you sure? Are you positive?
Are you sure?
I just have a few questions for you."
I just rang your doorbell because I have a couple questions for you.
The wife said that she never replied to the man.
Are you positive?
She merely retreated to hide somewhere in her house.
I just have a couple questions.
The man was standing there when she dialed 911.
Are you sure?
He was hammering on the window,
Are you
repeatedly
positive?
saying those things to
I
her.
just have a couple questions for you. Are you sure?
Her husband,
Are you positive?
who wasn't home,
Are you sure?
decided to access the intercom system
Absolutely certain.
and discovered the man and asked who he was. Leaving him to come back and turn to face the camera and began saying some particularly vile and upsetting things, he repeatedly knocked on the door, saying he wanted to rape and kill her. After one more unsuccessful attempt, he walked away, talking to himself in various voices. The following day, after another report of a suspicious man in the area, police located and arrested the man. He was later identified as Christopher Sumps, 40. A fugitive from California.